for the ball, and you know Bo can field the fumble. Junior Ortiz off the foot. Ventura is there, and Felix Fermin is out. Back-to-back walks put runners on first and second, and Carlos Baerga, the perfect sack bunt. It will not go foul. Lofton never stops from second. The big Hurts just get back to the plate, and Lofton is safe. Tom Kramer's lead cut in half in the sixth as Rock Range goes deep. No one's going to catch it. It's his 11th. His slugging percentage is over .530. 2-1 Indians. Bottom 8. Sox on first and second. And Thomas just muscles it up the middle. That's RBI 76 for the big Hurt. This game is tied at 2. Next batter with Derek Lilliquist on the hill is Robin Ventura. It's another single, and Joey Cora, who was on second, scores. It's 3-2 in the final. Chicago 4 and the Tribe 3. The Indians dropped their 34th on the road. Away from home, they've been victorious only 14 times. Jackson was pinch hitting for pinch hitter Matt Marullo, who was playing in the place of the injured George Bell. Marullo was 0 for 3. Rangers and Royals playing a pair. The wife and baby of George Brett enjoying the double dip, bottom of the first, and it's Brett at bat. And he goes deep to right off Kevin Brown. Not a double, it's a home run. His 10th in the beginning of a big night. Royals then erupt in the fourth, and it's Brett again. This time to center. Felix Jose easily in from third. Brett 4 for 4. Not a good day for Kevin Brown. Royals score 6 in the fourth. He only goes 3 in the third. The only highlight for the Rangers, Juan Gonzalez, his 28th that splashes down. Some 440 feet from the plate. Royals up 11-3. Tough afternoon all around for the Rangers. Gino Petralli in the throat. That is a lump in the throat. Final in the game, 12-3. 56th time in Brett's career he's had a 4-hit game. Gonzalez again. Off Dennis Rasmussen. Solo blast to left. Where's the sound? Home run 29 for Juan. It's 2-0 Rangers. Brett continues his hot hitting. Bottom first. He goes to right center. Greg Gagne scores. It's the 5th straight hit for Brett. His 22nd double. It's 2-1. KC down. Next inning, one on for Brian McRae. He goes to the gap. This goes to the wall. Phil Hyatt heads home, and McRae into third. Team high, 7th triple from McRae. It's 4-2 Kansas City. Top 9. One on for Dean Palmer, and Montgomery got him looking. Believe me, he did. 6-5 the final. Ivan Rodriguez and Gonzalez both with 4 hits in the nightcap. Nothing A's, 2 out, 2 on. Chili Davis in the clutch. 2-run score, it's 2-1. Bottom 3, 2 all. You saw the runners. Terry Steinbach goes deep to center. Chad Curtis goes back. And he helps push it over. A's 5-2. A's would score 8 in the third. Bottom of the 5th, it's 9-3, and Ruben turns on one. A 2-run home run. Sierra 4 for 4. 2 singles, a double, and a homer. After the game, the Angels sent J.T. Snow to AAA. Just 2 out at the break.
Good. Robin Yount on the inside corner, frozen for strike 3. Rafael Novoa, first American League start, looking good, getting Tony Pena looking. Top 4, 1 on, no score, and Mo Vaughn. He's been a big face in the picture of the American League race. 15th homer, and the Sox lead 2-0 in the fourth. Tom Lampkin doing a lot of catching now. Singles to right. B.J. Surhoff scores. It's 2-1, bottom 5. Tom Brunansky overmatched by Rocket, but remember that as Bud Selig is pacing. 9th inning, 1 out. It's still 2-1. Tony Foss on. Surhoff the bunt. Foss can't get there. Runner on. 2 outs, still 2-1. Jeff Russell to close against Bruno. Curveball. Left field. And that's a winner for the Brewers. And the Red Sox streak for Butch Hobson stopped at 10. There's no way they were going to win every game. An emotional moment for Brunansky, who's hitting a .175 this year, was only playing in this game because Greg Vaughn was scratched with a sore ribcage. Bruno snaps his old team's win streak. Jeff Russell's streak of saves snapped at 8 as the Red Sox lose 3-2. Yankee chances stay tied. New York and Detroit. People stole a Friday night banner. You will be reported and prosecuted. Jimmy Key, AL ERA leader on the hill for the Yanks, facing Travis Fryman. With Tony Phillips aboard third, Fryman knocks him home. RBI 58, and it's 1-0 Tigers. David Wells, would he calm down with the ERA? Donnie Baseball turns on a fast one to right. Just inside the billboards with every advertisement in America. Game tied at 1. Look at Cecil take that outside pitch. That would have been a foul ball or a pop-up for most, and he puts it a third of the way up in the upper deck. Cecil's 26th, 86 RBIs. It's 3-1 Tigers. With the Yankees come back in the 8th, Mattingly again. Singles to left. Pat Kelly was thinking about tagging up. Still gets home. It's 3-2. John Habian. Could he keep the Yankees close? Well, with nobody out, a seeing eye single for Alan Trammell up the middle. Scores Fryman from third. The Tigers tack on another one and go on to win by the score of 5-2. Mike Henneman gets the save despite saying, quote, "I didn't have a clue on the mound." Important for the Tigers, after 6 winless starts, David Wells allows 1 run over 7 for his 10th win.
No, it's not. It's just another cat in the stands. Roberto Mejia to center. That's Jeff Blauser. That's a great catch. Top of the third, it's 1-all, and Dion's at the plate. Pops one up. He stares at it, thinks it may be a home run, then he says, "I better get moving," and he does. This ball bounces off the wall. A couple Rockies then bounce off each other. Dion turns third, and he's headed for home. Easy inside the park home run for Dion. In the 8th, it's 11-2 Braves. The bases are loaded for Charlie Hayes. See ya. It's a grand slam. It's his 2nd home run of the game. It's his 2nd career grand slam. Too little, too late. And you know what? 2 Dons don't make a right. Final in the game was 12-7. Over the past 7, the Braves have scored 71 runs. They are within 8 of the Giants. Under the sun in San Francisco, speaking of those Giants, they were playing the Dodgers, and Tommy was appreciating what he saw. Top of the first, they're up 1-0. Eric Karros down the line at left. Eric Davis rounds third, and Bonds lets it get by. It's 2-0 Dodgers. L.A. came in hitting 231 since the All-Star break, and they break out of that slump. Piazza to left. Karros scores. It's 3-0. Top of the third, it's 4-0. Piazza, 2-run shot. Off of Hickerson, it's his 21st. The Dodgers romp 15-1, 17 hits for Los Angeles. Piazza now 4 home runs shy of Joe Ferguson's team record. He hit 25. Dodgers now 5-2 against San Fran. L.A. and the Cards, the only 2 teams with winning records against the West Best. Every Dodger with at least one hit.
And the couple of game suspension, and the big man punches one to right for a base hit. Then Reggie Sanders bloops one over Craig Biggio. Next hitter, Joe Oliver, a bloop to left. A lot of bloops going on here, and Kyle was in trouble. Bases full for Jeff Branson, who makes a living hitting in the dome. He's 13 of 30 lifetime under the top. 2 score, and the Reds take a 4-1 lead. Red starter Jose Rio up next. A help self. Base hit for the pitcher, another one of the good hitting pitchers. Joe Oliver scores to make it 5-1, and 5 straight singles was enough for Kyle, even though he wasn't hit very hard. Darryl Kyle's win streak is stopped at 9. Rio, 5 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. Only his 2nd win in 13 starts for Jose. The Reds a half game behind the Stros. Houston is 15 out. San Diego in Chicago, nighttime. Buy some bottled water, buddy. Ball was flying in the bottom of the 2nd. Rick Wilkins to Wally Whitehurst to Rick Wilkins to the bleachers in center. That's 20 homers for Rick Wilkins. What a surprising power year. Bottom of the 8th, after a Tony Gwynn homer put the Pods up 1, Jose Vizcaíno to left, and Derek Bell, the diving catch. Still, Willie Wilson scores to tie it at 4. 9th inning, 2 outs, Cubs up 1. Did Randy Myers close it out? No. Phil Clark meets the seats and ties the game with a pinch homer. Bottom of the 10th, each team scored. Bottom of the 11th, we're still tied. 2 on. Tim Mauser to Vizcaíno to right field. Win looking. Cubs winning this thrilling game. 9-6 in 11. Sean Bosky, inning and a third of relief for the win. Slumping Tony Gwynn had 2 hits. Career RBI 626, though, tied with Dave Winfield for the club record. Park homer. Well, Tuesday, Fred McGriff comes to the plate, and let's watch together to see what happened. There's Dion's swing from the night prior. On Tuesday night, the swing by the Crime Dog. A similar place, a little lower, a little to the right, and let's see both guys round the bases. Dion made it in the park homer, got the send sign from third. So did the Crime Dog. And on the right, Crime Dog repeats what happened on Monday, and in the park homer, and then he adds the Crime Dog touch. A multi-homer game for Fred McGriff. He continues to hit as many as 6 homers now in his 35 at-bats as an Atlanta Brave. The Braves win 10-5. They're scoring 8 runs per game against the Rockies. Dion had 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 RBI in the leadoff spot. The Rockies will set the Major League attendance record by the end of this year. First place Giants hosting L.A. Did they keep ground? John Burkett looking for an NL leading 15th win. Perfect through 4, top 5. Would have been perfect no matter what happened on this play, but Will Clark helps get it out. Burkett was perfect through 5, lost it in the 6th, then in the 7th. Eric Davis to left field. He knew it was gone. His 10th homer of the year, and it was a one-run game, 3-2. Still top 7, 1 on, 1 out. Corey Snyder. Royce Clayton starts a 6-4-3 against his former teammate Rod Beck with a 4-pitch 9th inning for the save. Burkett threw 8 innings of 3-hit ball, and the Giants win 3-2 to maintain the lead in the West at 8 games. Eric Davis with that home run tied for 5th on the all-time list of home runs hit.
Ripken with 2 men on base. It's Ripken's 15th homer of the year. The Orioles lead 5-3. But as that save was blown, so is this one. Bottom of the 8th, bases loaded for Toronto. Greg Olson facing Ed Sprague Jr. rips a double down the left field line. Molitor scores, Carter scores, and we're tied again. Now it is 5-5. The next batter is Pat Borders with a grounder up the middle. Ripken, the effect of the streak, not seen there. A tremendous play, but Borders, despite the unfortunate slide, is safe at first. Olerud scores. Jays lead 6-5. Top of the 9th, runners at first and third, and Mark McLemore strikes out against Ward. So the Jays hang on to their slim first-place lead. The win goes to Ward despite his 5th blown save in 31 chances. Toronto has won 3 straight, 5 of 6. Suddenly, after having assumed a divisional lead of .001 and having won 10 in a row, the Red Sox, put down and out by a Yount home run, have lost 2 straight and are now 1.5 out. And in Detroit, the Yankees, who had also begun to play a game or half a game out of first place, facing the Tigers during the pizza portion of the game. Bill Gullickson against Danny Tartabull, his 20th home run of the year. Another opposite field shot, 1-0 Yankees. The second inning continues with runners on first and third during the beer portion of the game. Pat Kelly with a nice bunt down the third baseline, and Travis Fryman can do nothing with it. Williams scores, 2-0 Yankees. Meanwhile, Michigander Jim Abbott in complete control during the cold beverage portion of the game. It's Mickey Templeton with some nice heat. 8 innings pitched, 2 runs allowed. And despite Cecil Fielder's 3 for 4, the Yankees win. Abbott, renowned second-half pitcher, has won 3 straight. Only 2 on the road all year. Yanks have taken 5 of 6, just like Toronto, whom they trail by a half. In Seattle, Tuesday night, Griff Jr.'s bid for near history. He had hit 6 homers in 6 games, 1 in each. 8 is the record. This would be 7. You're correct. A grand slam, in fact, in the bottom of the 3rd, padding a lead to 5-0 for Seattle. They're up 7-0, 8-3, top of the 6th, though. The Twins will rally. Shane Mack's 2-run single to center versus Rich Shalusha brings home Stanford Dave McCarty and Pat Mears. 5-run Twins 6th, but the M's prevail. The late inning lightning once again of Tino Martinez, who hits better as the game goes along. Bottom of the 6th, he takes George Samus up the middle. 9-8 Mariners as Vizquel scores. Griffey, 7 homers in 7 straight games. He goes for the record, which is currently held by, of course, Dale Long and Don Mattingly.
The first 2 on for John Kruk. To right field, Mark Whitten has to stop because of the bounce on the turf, then bobbles it. Dykstra rounds third and scores. Whitten's throw misses the cutoff man, thus Mariano Duncan scores. McGrain gives up 5 runs, doesn't get out of the 2nd inning. Phil's had a 7-1 lead, but Green re-injured his groin, was forced to leave, and may miss his next start. The Cards come back on the Philly bullpen. 8-6 in the 8th, and with 2 on and 2 out, Bernard Gilkey's hot shot mishandled by Dave Hollins. The Philly lead is 1. But in the bottom of the 8th, the Phillies add insurance runs. John Kruk completes a 5-for-5, 3 RBI night with that hit. Dave Hollins had a 2-run homer as well, and Philadelphia wins by 3. One of the Phil's 6 pitchers, Roger Mason, goes 2 2/3.
Were remembered Tuesday by starter Andy Bennis, who uses their force to strike out Sammy Sosa. The offense, ironically enough, as Bennis provided the pitching, Tony Gwynn did all of the hitting. 3 for 3 there. Here's a 2-run double to right center, and the Padres will lead 8-0. Gwynn 4 for 4. And finally, in the 8th inning, Gwynn one more time off Jose Bautista. The double to left center. The Padres win the game 8-0. The only remaining 7-figure men with the ball club win the game. Gwynn with the 5 hits, and the Bennis with the 5-hitter. Padres also Tuesday received the player to be named in the Harris-Hurst deal with Colorado. They get pitcher Andy Ashby, who becomes a player to be named sooner rather than later. The Expos scored twice in the 8th off Joel Johnston to beat the Pirates. The first runs Johnson had given up in nearly 12 innings since the Bucks called him up from Buffalo 3 weeks ago. At the Astrodome, Kevin Bass's 3-run homer off Tom Browning makes the difference as Houston hangs on to beat the Reds.
Gem, you can see signs of what action on the strikeout pitch to Diaz. In the 5th, no score. Dean Palmer at the plate. And Apier is working on a no-hitter. 16 straight. He did walk Dan Peltier in the 6th. In the 7th, still a no-hitter with 2 outs. Rafael Palmeiro hits a pretty good slider to the bullpen and right. Gone is the shutout. Gone is the no-hitter. Gone is the lead. And Texas makes it work. Kenny Rogers strikes out Mike McFarland looking in the 9th. And Texas Despite being one hit, wins the game 1-0. Palmeiro and the Rangers have been one hit 3 times this year. Rafi called this the best performance by an opposing pitcher he's seen all year. Still, his homer makes it a Texas win, despite Apier's 11 strikeouts. West leading Chicago, hosting Cleveland. Top of the first, one out. Jack McDowell going for big league best 16. With 2 on, Paul Sorrento bounces one up the middle. Lofton and Baerga make it 2-0 Indians. Bottom of the 6th, the Cleveland lead 4-1. Jeff Mutis, outside pitch taken outside and out of the yard by Frank Thomas. His 25th. Then down 1 in the 7th. The hit dog with first base open. They decided to pitch to him, and it paid. A 3-run homer for Thomas. He had a 2-homer, 5 RBI night, 11 for his last 18, 4 homers, 9 RBI in that stretch. Jack McDowell gave up 10 hits, but has a big league best 16 wins. Chicago wins by 3. The Sox lead in the West by 2.5 over KC, 4-3.